there was a place in history so terrifying that it made the scariest ocean predators of today look like cuddly kittens. Imagine being dropped into a body of water where every swim could be your last, surrounded by monsters so fearsome they'd give even the bravest diver nightmares. Welcome to the Western Interior Seaway, an ancient ocean so brutal it earned the chilling nickname Hell's Aquarium. While documentaries have showcased fearsome waters filled with Jurassic pliosaurs, giant cephalopods, and the largest shark ever, nothing quite compares to the sheer horror of this lost seaway. This was a place where prehistoric sea creatures were so menacing they'd make today's predators look tame. Buckle up as we dive into the depths of this hellish aquatic realm and uncover why the Western Interior Seaway was the ultimate nightmare for any swimmer. Let's dive in. While the Western Interior Seaway may not be familiar to many, its remnants are likely underfoot if you live in the US, Mexico, or Canada. This ancient shallow ocean once stretched across North America, dividing it into two now extinct island continents, Lamia to the west and Appalachia to the east. For 34 million years, from the early Cretaceous period about 100 million years ago, this seaway was a significant feature of the landscape. At its peak, it extended over 2,000 miles in length and 600 miles in width. Despite its relatively shallow depth, its depth was about 50 meters or 150 feet, and reaching up to 900 meters or 3,000 feet at its deepest. It was home to some of the most formidable predators ever known. The mosasaurs, by far the most infamous and terrifying predators of the Western Interior Seaway, were colossal aquatic reptiles that dominated these ancient waters. Resembling modern monitor lizards in body shape, but vastly different in adaptations, mosasaurs had 4 paddle-like flippers instead of limbs. Their streamlined bodies and flippers reduced drag, enabling them to move through the water with remarkable efficiency. Depending on the species, mosasaurs used various swimming techniques. Some, particularly more advanced varieties, employed powerful shark-like tail flukes for speed and agility. This diversity of mosasaurs was extraordinary, with over 10 species coexisting, ranging from relatively small ones about 2 meters long to massive giants reaching up to 18 meters long. These apex predators were truly the ultimate marine monsters of their time, surpassing their land-based dinosaur counterparts in their terrifying presence. However, the 3 most common and likely the most dangerous were the platecarpus, dagger, and Tylosaurus. These were the primary mosasaurs in the region, with many fossils remains from this era attributed to them. Among these, Cledastes was the smallest, but still a significant predator. Growing up to 20 feet in length, Cledastes was similar in size to the largest recorded great white sharks, though it was much narrower. This streamlined design made Cledastes exceptionally agile, allowing it to catch a wide range of fish and invertebrates in the shallow parts of the seaway. Although it wasn't necessarily a threat to larger animals, its capability for a powerful bite and potential ability to venture into freshwater environments made it a persistent danger, and thus a creature you would definitely want to avoid in the waters of the seaway. Things get terrifying with the platecarpus, a mosasaur larger than Cledastes. Reaching up to 7 meters in length and weighing around 1 ton, it was comparable to a giant Nile crocodile. However, it might not have been the apex predator it appears to be. Analysis of its teeth reveals they were relatively fragile, suggesting platecarpus primarily hunted smaller fish and soft-bodied squid, in deeper waters. While this might sound alarming, it was more of a specialized predator of smaller marine creatures. The real nightmare comes with the Thalassophobia, a colossal mosasaur that could grow between 12 and 15.8 meters, roughly the size of a humpback whale. Unlike Platecarpus, Thalassophobia had up to 32 large, curved, and serrated teeth designed for tearing into substantial prey. Its immense size and strength made it an apex predator, capable of intimidating and hunting a diverse range of marine animals, including plesiosaurs, turtles, birds, bony fish, sharks, and even other mosasaurs. The Thalassophobia likely used ambush tactics to strike at high speeds and had a uniquely long snout with a robust shock-absorbing knob at the tip, functioning as a built-in ram for bashing and disorienting prey. Evidence shows Thalassophobia was not only a ruthless hunter, but also highly aggressive, often showing signs of combat with other mosasaurs, including self-inflicted injuries. Surprisingly, the title of the deadliest jaws in the Western Interior Seaway does not belong to the massive Mosasaurus, but to the formidable Deinosuchus. Although Mosasaurus was the largest mosasaur, Deinosuchus was one of the largest crocodilians ever known. It inhabited bays and estuaries, sometimes venturing into deeper waters. On the eastern side of the seaway, it was smaller but more common, while on the western side, it could grow up to 12 meters or 39 feet in length and weighed up to 8.5 tons. Deinosuchus was heavily armored with large osteoderms mistaken for armor, providing significant protection and aiding mobility. Its most fearsome trait was its colossal bite, with an estimated force of over 100,000 newtons, 5 times stronger than necessary to crush a car. Equipped with sharp front teeth and blunter rear teeth, Deinosuchus was an opportunistic feeder, preying on marine turtles, large fish, and even dinosaurs. The coasts and shallow reefs of the prehistoric Western Interior Seaway were treacherous environments for any creature attempting to evade the region's formidable predators. However, the more open waters of this ancient seaway were far from safe havens. They were inhabited by a variety of menacing creatures, including some rather unusual cephalopods. While Cretaceous cephalopods shared the shallow waters with their modern counterparts, they also ventured into the deeper reaches of the sea, where they were particularly prominent. Although these cephalopods were not as fearsome as the massive mosasaurs or the formidable Deinosuchus, they were nonetheless formidable predators in their own right, preying on whatever marine life drifted their way. Among the largest of these cephalopods were species like Tussotuthus and Belemnoteuthus, which were members of the extinct Enoploteuthidea family. These ancient cephalopods could grow to impressive sizes, comparable to today's colossal and giant squids, sometimes reaching lengths up to 3 meters or 10 feet. Tussotuthus and Belemnoteuthus, two giant cephalopods, often cause confusion among paleontologists due to their similarities. Both were large, stout squids, more closely related to modern octopuses in their juvenile stages. As hatchlings, they were small and vulnerable, becoming prey for various prehistoric marine animals, as evidenced by ancient fish stomach contents. To counter this, they evolved rapid growth rates and size variation, ranging from arm's length to 3 meters, 10 feet. Adults were active predators, using their tentacles and beak-like jaws to capture prey. In contrast, Parapuzotia, a member of the ammonite order, had protective spiral shells and was related to modern nautiluses. Parapuzotia was the largest known ammonite and the heaviest cephalopod ever discovered, surpassing even the giant and colossal squids. Its shells could reach up to 3.5 meters or 11 feet in diameter, and when including its fleshy body, it likely weighed over 1.5 tons, with nearly half that weight in the shell alone. Without the shell, Parapuzosia could extend to an impressive 18 meters or 60 feet, about twice the length of a whale shark, making it the heaviest invertebrate of all time. Despite its enormous size, much of Parapuzosia's lifestyle remains unknown, as its order and close relatives are extinct. It lived in the upper layers of the Western Interior Seaway, usually above 250 meters in depth. Though not as elusive as today's giant squids, Parapuzosia's slow movement may have led it to scavenge or ambush rather than actively pursue prey like fish, other cephalopods, or marine reptiles. The fate of sea monsters from the Western Interior Seaway is intriguing. As the seaway shrank, some species gradually declined or evolved into new forms. The asteroid impact 66 million years ago, however, was the most significant event, causing massive tsunamis and environmental upheaval. This catastrophe, evident from fish with iridium in their gills, led to the extinction of many sea monsters and ended what was known as Hell's Aquarium. Yet marine life continued to evolve, with North America later seeing a dolphin species with spear-like teeth.